behind the camera. But welcome back, and thank you for making the moment and staying with us this morning. Prof,
yes,
I know this one is going to make you more angry than the previous conversation that we had.
Yeah.
And it is a headlining story in the Standard. Impunity. This is what they're saying. A Sudanese warlord, Ahmad Musa, was granted a Kenyan passport on August 27th, 2024, when Julius Bitok served as Principal Secretary for Immigration Services and Evelyn Cheluget as Director General. Now, this reckless decision dented the credibility of Kenya's passport, one of the country's most trusted documents. Yet, despite being linked to the issuance of passports for foreigners with questionable backgrounds, including figures blacklisted by the United States, the two officials remain in office amid public outrage. This is a story that you'll find on page 4 and 5 of the Standard this morning.
Yeah, Alan, you know, when I was a student in Europe,
yes,
there's a day I booked British Airways, and I was supposed to come to Kenya.
Yeah,
I didn't know that I needed to book what's called a transit visa, because if you take British Airways, you have to land into Heathrow.
Yeah.
Then from Heathrow come to Nairobi.
Yeah.
So when the plane had taken off, I was midway on air.
Yeah.
A cabin crew came and told me, Fred, we are checking your passport and we don't see that you have a visa to land in Heathrow.
Yeah.
So we shall fly you back to Barcelona. Immediately you land in Heathrow.
Yeah.
They said, no, but you should deport me. So deportation means take me to my country. You can't take me. I'm not a Spanish person.
Yeah.
Take me to Kenya. They insisted and landed me in Heathrow. And the next flight, which was 30 minutes later, was flying me back to Barcelona.
Yeah.
When I landed in Barcelona, I was able to communicate with my university. So they had booked me a ticket where I was now flying Alitalia, Air Italia, from Spain to Rome.
Yes.
Then Rome, I was picked by Kenya Airways, landing back to my country.
Yeah.
Why am I telling you this story? Because I got so mad that it is easier to transit from Rome, Italy, which is not even a country that colonized Kenya, but it became harder to transit from England, a country that colonized us, that should be supporting it. I also found out that people from South America who are colonized by Spain, they don't struggle to get a visa to Spain. I also find people like Senegal, these West African countries, Senegal, don't put Nigeria and Ghana. They had special problems because people do not, the West don't really frown against Nigerians because they believe that one visa for one Nigerian means 30 people to Europe. That's what they say. One person can travel on one visa. So the guys of Senegal, the ones who speak Spanish, if you go to this Spanish-speaking...
A bit of French.
French-speaking, but Spanish-speaking part, they fly to Spain very easily. So I asked myself, how has it become so hard for Kenyans who are colonized by the British to travel? And another thing, if you have never been to England, or if you have been for that matter, the passport visa application form to England is longer than any country for a Kenyan. Longest and more complex, isn't it?
Yes.
Now the question is, why did they do that? It's coming back to what you have just said. Kenyans were given preferential treatment to get visas and to travel to UK. Now, many citizens from Western Kenya, like Western Africa, like Nigerians, could prefer to come here, then get themselves like a Kenyan passport, then travel to UK. So these abuses, which were being done by other countries, abusing the Kenyan privileges, made the Kenyan privileges to withdrawn, if not even made complex. So when you hear that a Sudanese has gotten a visa using the Kenyan system, which is corrupt, to travel to whatever, because Kenyan passport was taken to be a very serious passport, by the way. That is how we lost a lot. So giving a foreigner a passport, a Kenyan passport, in a way that does not comply, because there's a process of which anyone can get a passport. Even you can get an American passport if you want.
Yes.
But why don't we follow the process? How do we make it easier for a foreigner to get a Kenyan passport than a Kenyan himself getting a Kenyan passport? We made it very easier for other foreigners to get our nationalities like IDs, passports, but for Kenyans are hard. Can you imagine, Alan, as we go to your village, how many people have even the ID?
Only a handful.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yet a foreigner gets it. For you, you'll be told, come physically, bring your thumbprint. You know, there are information which you have not read there. Some of those people are sending WhatsApp
messages.
They send WhatsApp, they send their documents on WhatsApp, is processed from WhatsApp. Can you process your ID by sending a message on WhatsApp?
No.
Do you know that just to get certificate of good conduct, you have to go to CID headquarters for physical? But somebody gets a Kenyan passport by sending WhatsApp. You get me? Just WhatsApp messages. For Kenyans, it's harder. This government is crazy. Now let's go to Julius Bitok. Where is he coming from? Chelugate, I was told by some Gen Zs that the name called Chelugate means you can get it. You can get the visa, you can get a passport. So Chelugate, you can Chelugate yourself a passport. But now we are talking about that the genesis of Julius Bitok in government. I have confronted him. You remember the issue of UPI? There was a time when we were moving from Huduma number to UPI, isn't it?
Yes.
Julius Bitok was ambassador in Bangladesh, isn't it? And he wanted Bangladesh to print, to have the Kenyan data. They want to do for us the UPI. You understand? This system was supposed to reward the people they wanted to reward, criminals, to get the thing. So these things of digitizing, people saying that we shall have an ID where your eyeballs are recorded, I don't know, fingerprints, that will have one-stop document with everything together. They were trying to use this project in a way to try to do these dirty things they're doing so that they can do it in the back end. But because we went to court and defeated that thing, and the court declared in my favor, no longer is working the UPI thing. No one talks about these days, isn't it? Actually, even the current deputy president was actually in that office working on it. Was the one in charge of interior, isn't it? So we blocked that one. Now they are coming in different ways now to reward the cronies to do it. I'm hearing these things whereby so many foreigners are getting ID quickly, faster, in 2 days or less, while it is so difficult for Kenyans.
Let us look at the consequences. Of course, one of the main consequences that you've mentioned, the foreign privileges that the Kenyan passport used to earn Kenyans, is no longer there. But let us look at it extensively. What are some of the other repercussions having somebody like the boss of RSF and other people that probably haven't been known in the media just as yet? What are the consequences of them having Kenyan documents?
Okay, now, look here. Once you have to have a Kenyan passport, you must be a Kenyan, right?
Absolutely.
So those RSF people, what if they become a governor of your county? And in Kenya, the constitution of Kenya is clear that any Kenyan can run for president, isn't it? In the US, you cannot run for president if you are born in the US. It's not just having the Kenyan passport, the American passport. In the US, you can become a governor if you are not born, but you are an American. You can become a mayor. You can become a senator.
Just as the recent mayor of New York.
New York City, Mamdani. But you cannot become president if you are not born
in the United States.
Now, for us here, you can become, the qualification of being president, you must hold a Kenyan ID or passport, isn't it? Now, can you imagine one day somebody from RSF being a president of Kenya? Because they can use the resources they have. I've told you the corruption has killed this country where people worship money. You get me? We have criminals in offices just because they had more money than you. So those are serious dangers. At the same time, by being Kenyan, isn't it? There are information they can be privileged to receive as a Kenyan, but also they could be a dual citizen of another country. What stops them from being used to to gather information which are critical about the country, isn't it?
Yeah.
And use against us. They can also be pseudo-represent Kenya.
Yeah.
Because they have a Kenyan passport. So the dangers are way too much. That's why in Canada they say that citizenship is by blood. Nothing else. By what?
By
blood.
Yeah.
Because they believe that you must have the blood of the Canadians to get that citizenship. For us here, we are selling it like nothing else. You are giving that person sovereignty of a country. That person can vote and can be voted in any office.
Yeah.
And they can participate in any legal or constitutional making process. The repercussions are far much deeper. That's why I told you, the people in charge of this country are clueless. They do not know anything about foreign relations, diplomacy. Even the Kenyan foreign policy is not being used.
Yeah.
They don't understand the economy, how they run this economy. They have no clue. They don't understand the infrastructure setup of this country.
Yeah.
Urban planning, city policy, they are clueless about everything. For me, for the beginning, I used to think that they are just evil. But when I hear them every day and every now and then, the decisions they are making that are even endangering themselves. You know, you cannot be so selfish that you even want to kill yourself.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
So for me, I've seen that it's not foolishness, it's incompetence. There are two things: grossly incompetent, grossly corrupt, that they don't see anything wrong with what you're saying.
Yeah.
The implications are so deep, but they become blind to it because they say that when the greed comes to their soul, they don't see anything that they should protect for this country. At the same time, now talk about the issue of floods. And Alan, I want to explain why corruption is bad for everybody, including the person being thinking and enjoying the corruption side, isn't it? When floods hit Nairobi, and it is because of you who is doing it, do you think the flood will spare your family members?
I wouldn't.
Because let me give you an example.
At a higher land.
In Embu, there was an officer in charge of water treatment. Embu County. There was an officer who was in charge of water treatment, whom was bribed by someone supplying a water treatment solution to Embu County. And he took the bribe, and he gave that man the tender. That person brought chemicals which poisoned water, isn't it? And the water went to a school of the very officer where the son studies, and the son died from water poisoning. So in that funeral, whom are you crying to? So what I'm trying to say is corruption has a negative impact on all of us in the end. Because by the time you are giving this passport to somebody who is not a Kenyan, endangering therefore Kenyans, and you also, you are a Kenyan, what makes you think it can't touch you?
Absolutely
what makes you think that it can actually end up affecting you? Why do you feel you are so selfish that you are that think about what you are gaining from this transaction with this person, yet you don't know what this will happen in the end? You get me? So as far as I'm concerned, these people, it's not that they are evil people. They are just incompetent. They are clueless about how to run this immigration thing. Have you ever seen the Kenyan foreign policy? It does not even exist, isn't it? If it exists, it exists on paper. It's never used. Look at the speeches they were making about what's happening in the Middle East crisis. You could see they are clueless. Look at what the Prime Secretary was saying about the Kenyans stuck in Bahrain. They were being told that if you are there, you have to come back home at your own cost, isn't it? And the Kenyans are being told in diaspora, those stuck with this Middle East crisis, the Iran, the US war, and the Middle East, that if you want to come back to register in the embassy and pay 250,000 shillings for your plane ticket back home. Yet when diaspora people are pumping money through diaspora remittance, they are celebrated. When they are in trouble, you leave them alone. What is the policy? And let me tell you what, tomorrow it will be your son stuck in those areas. Maybe you think you are very rich now or powerful. You don't know. These things I've seen rich people becoming poor. And I've seen very poor people becoming very rich. No one's position is permanent. Why do you think you are untouchable now, yet tomorrow you won't be? And I'll tell you an example. There's a time I went and met a very senior politician called Musikari Kombo. He was in a bank branch in Lavington. In fact, the people serving the bank don't know him because he was a very powerful, rich person in the former generation. This new generation did not acknowledge. So he was just standing there. No one was even giving attention. He was completely lost. So I told, hey, Mheshimiwa kuja. Then I took him and told them, please, take care of him. He's our elder. He said, oh, Prof, thank you very much. But it just simply means that the powers you have now, the money you have now, you may not have them tomorrow. And tomorrow, you'll find that the generation do not even know who you are. And in fact, this generation may have forgets people very fast. You get me? So don't think that you are untouchable. Don't think that you are invulnerable. And don't think that no one can actually hurt you. You can be hurt.
All right. All right. That sums up the newspaper review. When we come back from the break, of course, we're going to be coming back with some of the political action over the weekend. But there is something that I want to bring attention to that Prof mentioned, that these leaders are blind to. But I don't think there is anything wrong with being blind. But what we'll say, these leaders are averse to, because the visually impaired just caught an astray there that they weren't even a part of. Of course, ours here is to educate and inform. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're coming back with more. Keep it tight.